At a price of $20 is this Toolant brand. They're leather work gloves with a warm 3M Thinsulate lining. They claim to be thermal insulated gloves. They claim to be constructed of 100% full grain cowhide. They claim to offer superior abrasion and puncture resistance. Keystone thumb design promotes flexibility. And the Toolant gloves are made in China. And it's 180 grams for the Toolant. The Toolant has a very soft lining and it's more comfortable than the No Cry. And the Toolant moves into a two-way tie with the Palmer at 1.8 pounds. At a price of $22 is this Cestus brand. They claim that these are coarse palm heavy-duty work gloves. They also claim cut resistance and impact resistance. They claim Skid X original rough cut palm design for powerful grip. They claim that they're made to have a coarse sandpaper and rubbery texture. And the Cestus gloves are made in Indonesia. The Cestus gloves weigh 244 grams. The stitching inside the gloves is pretty uncomfortable. And the Cestus is one of the stiffest gloves yet at 3.3 pounds. At a price of $23 is this DeWalt brand. They claim to have an anti-slip PVC palm. Hand protection through TPR on back of hand. Cushioned palm reduces hand fatigue from vibration and heavy tasks. And the DeWalt gloves are made in Pakistan. And it's 156 grams for the DeWalt. The DeWalt seems more comfortable than the Cestus. The DeWalt is also a little bit less stiff at 2.6 pounds. At a price of $24 is this Westchester brand. They're constructed of synthetic leather. They have a wing thumb, hook and loop wrist, and band top cuff. They have red silicone fingers and double palm for oil resistance. They have TPR heavy-duty knuckles for back of hand protection. They claim to have level 3 certification for light cut hazards. And the Westchester gloves are made in Indonesia. The Westchester gloves weigh 164 grams. When it comes to comfort, the DeWalt and the Westchester seem about the same. However, the Westchester is a little bit stiffer than the DeWalt at 3.1 pounds. At a price of $25 is this Mechanics brand. They claim to be water-resistant leather gloves. They have a stretch elastic cup for easy on and off flexibility. And the Mechanics gloves are made in Pakistan. And the Mechanics gloves are very light at 96 grams. The material and the way the Mechanics gloves were seamed together, and these seem to be the most comfortable gloves yet. And 1.3 pounds is good enough for the Mechanics gloves to move into the lead. At a price of $28 is this Carhartt brand. They claim to have a durable cotton duck shell, synthetic leather palm, and synthetic suede palm patches. And the Carhartt gloves are made in Indonesia. The Carhartts weigh 122 grams. The Carhartt gloves feel a lot like cardboard, and they're the least comfortable gloves yet. They're also the stiffest gloves yet at 6.1 pounds. At a price of $29 is this Kinko brand. They claim to be a lined premium grain pigskin palm with knit wrist. They claim to have a signature heat keep thermal insulation with soft lining. It's supposed to repel the cold and wick moisture. And the Kinko work gloves are made in China. And it's 184 grams for the Kinkos. The Kinko gloves just aren't very comfortable. With the winter liner, they're the stiffest gloves yet at 7.7 pounds. At a price of $30 is this Superior Glove brand. They claim to offer impact resistance and water-resistant leather. Back of hand impact protection against knocks and bumps. They have padded palms to provide comfort. They also have a keystone thumb design that improves durability and dexterity. And the Superior gloves are made in Pakistan. The Superior gloves weigh 224 grams. The Superior gloves seem just as comfortable as the Mechanics gloves and are very soft. And 1.8 pounds is less force than most of the other brands. And the most expensive gloves we'll be testing are made by Ironclad and cost $32. They claim to be a premier leather glove with performance fit. They're also machine washable. They have a terry cloth sweat wipe conveniently located on the back of the thumb. And the Ironclad gloves are made in Indonesia. And it's 120 grams for the Ironclad. The Ironclad gloves offer a nice fit, but they just aren't very comfortable. They're also quite a bit stiffer than the Superior gloves at 3.3 pounds. Assessing comfort is highly subjective, but the Superior and the Mechanics gloves seem the most comfortable with the best possible rating of 1.5. The very affordable Palmer gloves are also pretty comfortable with a rating of 2. Gloves that are stiff can quickly lead to hand fatigue, and the Mechanics gloves are the least stiff and came out on top at only 1.3 pounds. The Palmer, Toolant, and Superior gloves tied for second place at 1.8 pounds.